In this video, we'll demonstrate how Magic Transit mitigates DDoS attacks with no performance degradation or network downtime. So what is Magic Transit and how does it work? Magic Transit uses Anycast and BGP to announce your IP address space, allowing Cloudflare to absorb traffic destined to your network and mitigate DDoS attacks near the source. Magic Transit then securely sends filtered traffic to your network over low latency paths for fast performance. For this demo, we'll simulate a DDoS attack on a lab-hosted network in Munich that's protected by Cloudflare Magic Transit. We will monitor network performance using Cloudflare Analytics and check server health and network performance using Catchpoint. To confirm that this network is protected by Magic Transit, log into your Cloudflare account and click IP prefixes in the Cloudflare account home screen. Clicking the IP address will show the status, description, API tag, and services, which in this case is Magic Transit. Now that we know that Magic Transit is protecting the network, it's time to simulate the DDoS attack. A SYN flood is launched on an IP address on port 21 of a server hosted on the network protected by Magic Transit. The attack is simulated to come from 5 geographically distributed locations, each with 1,000 concurrent connections. All SYN flood generated packets are directed at the same IP address and port of the server. Without DDoS protection, this attack would make the server inaccessible to any legitimate users. To establish a baseline of what normal operations without the DDoS attack look like, we've run the Catchpoint test for a few minutes. We see that the response time is averaged out to 313 milliseconds after the Catchpoint test is run almost 200 times. Let's head to the Cloudflare dashboard to review network analytics. Here, you can see real-time network traffic trends. These trends offer insight to attack events, including source and destination, to assess DDoS attacks on your network. Since the current network traffic is only from the Catchpoint tests, it's very low. Now, it's time to launch the attack. After launching the SYN flood, we see the traffic surge on our network from the Cloudflare Network Analytics dashboard. As quickly as the attack traffic appears, you also see that the traffic spikes momentarily, then decreases due to Cloudflare's DDoS mitigations, which kick in almost immediately. You can see the attack type, which in this case is a SYN flood. The insights are organized into 2 views, by bits and by packets. In the bits view, you can see attack size. Magic Transit is nearly blocking 2 gigabytes per second of attack traffic. Clicking an entry in the activity log offers detail about the attack, such as the start date and time, targeted IP address and port, and the minimum, maximum, and average bit and packet rates of the attack, and attack locations. The Cloudflare data centers mitigating the attack are listed here. These locations correspond to the probes launching the attacks. And finally, attack source. The ASN section shows the network that's launching the attacks, which in this case represent the probe servers hosted in the lab. To verify that Magic Transit helped our test network stay healthy during DDoS attacks, we'll examine its health and performance with Catchpoint. For example, we can see the performance in Chicago, which is where one of the attack probes is located. Because the Cloudflare data center near Chicago applied mitigations immediately, performance is not impaired for users in Chicago. There's a momentary spike in the response time, about 80 milliseconds, then a return to normal levels when mitigation begins, signifying minimal, if any, impact on the server's performance for any users in the Chicago area. Magic Transit identifies and mitigates DDoS attacks close to the source and right at the edge. Clean traffic is then routed over Cloudflare's high-performance network over low-latency paths for fast performance. In this video, you saw a simulated DDoS attack on a lab-hosted network protected by Magic Transit, monitored network performance using Cloudflare Analytics, and checked server health and network performance using Catchpoint. To start using Cloudflare Magic Transit to protect your network from DDoS attacks and increase performance, sign up at cloudflare.com/Magic Transit.